I had to watch the fight again because I'm trying to figure out how they got a draw out of Nicholas Walters, former 126-pound champion, versus Camden's Philadelphia area's Jason Sosa. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. We're waiting to hear what the judges' cards are going to be. I know what they are. I watched the fight earlier, but I'm going to let you guys hear it, and then we're going to talk about it. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live, and I cover every single major fight live. Let me mute it. Issues I have with the fight is I'm wondering what Nicholas Walters' power is going to look like against maybe the winner of Roman Martinez versus Orlando Salido, which is a fight that's going to be happening again very soon for the WBO title at 130 pounds. And Nicholas Walters is ranked very high by the WBO at 130 pounds. So I'm wondering if, well, it looks like that's the path that Nicholas Walters is going to me. Now let's listen to the cards. Oh, man.
96-94, he scores it for Sosa. Winkins and Don Ackerman both score at 95-95 by majority. The contest is a draw.
Rather amazing. I mean, now Nicholas Walters has a draw. Just let me just
guys, Walters won all 10. I disagree with Harold. Walters won all 10 rounds.
I don't get how they came up with that.
Heard Harold say that was a good scoring panel.
We're going to listen to Nicholas Walters.
The unexpected, isn't it?
I'm learning. On this side, I'm learning.
I mean,
wow.
Sosa, the story of this fight is that Sosa gave a good...
Now, Sosa was throwing a lot of punches. He kept throwing punches. He was only hurt really once in the fight from what I saw. But when it comes to the cleaner, effective punching and the overall, like what it looks like who was in control of the fight was Nicholas Walters. I'm wondering, like, what the judges were watching. Now, Jason Sosa is a B-level, C-level-ish type fighter. I actually got to watch him fight a couple of years ago down in the Armory. Now, let's listen to the punch stats. 281 of 622 for Nicholas Walters, 45%. 168 of 873, 19% for Jason Sosa. So I'm thinking, with the judges looking at punch, you know, like all the punches he was throwing, like this, like for this to be a draw, it just, none of it makes any sense. It just doesn't make any sense anywhere across the board. Power punches, 225 of 436 for Nicholas Walters, 52%. 121 of 610, 20% for Jason Sosa. And 100 punch difference in power punches landed. So, you know, honestly, maybe they were drunk up there in the Turning Stone, you know, because I watched the fight twice. I watched it last night and I watched it this morning because what happened was HBO did something weird where the undercard, the HBO Latino card, instead of them putting it on early, they put it on like 1:45 in the morning. So I said, fuck that. And that card was the good card that had Gabriel Rosado versus Claudio Gamboa and the Yunieski Gonzalez fight. So I said, you know what, the hell with that. I'm going to cover all this shit in the morning. But, you know, I'm wondering, where does Nicholas Walters go? Because rematching to Jason Sosa is not going to be no money in it, and it doesn't do anything for his career. So it looks like to me that they were going after maybe him versus Orlando Salido or Roman Martinez, which is a fight that politically can be made. The other champions in the 130-pound division is the WBC champion, is a fighter that Americans haven't heard of. His name is Takashi Miura. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. Correct me if I'm wrong. And he's the WBC champion. Maybe Nicholas Walters can go after him. The other champion, the WBA Super World champion at 130 pounds, is another fighter by the name of Takashi. His name is Takashi Uchiyama, whatever his name is. You know, I'm sorry if I'm jacking these guys' name up. But what the point I'm getting to is the WBA, I mean, the 130-pound division is really not that deep. And also, you know, in his last 2 fights above 126 pounds, you might as well say his last fight was above 126 because he didn't make the weight. And that's how he lost his belt on the scales, meaning Nicholas Walters. Now he's fighting at a more comfortable weight of 130. I guess he got tired of killing himself. And as he said, not eating, you know, I guess he wanted to be able to eat his curry goat and his oxtails to be able to you know, fight and make weight. But when it comes to the 130-pound division, like I'm saying, it's really for the taking. You got Jose Pedraza, but he's an Al Haymon fighter, and I don't see him unifying a division. So, you know, if I was Nicholas Walters, I would say to hell with this fight. It was a draw. We all know, or we should know, that Nicholas Walters should have won that fight. He'd go after one of the Takashi dudes, either the WBC or the WBA, or, you know, he'd go after one of those guys next and then fights the winner of Orlando Salido and Roman Rocky Martinez 3. So that's the way I'm seeing it, you know, because it's an easy path if you really look at it. You know, he's good enough to capture. Matter of fact, I'm not going to say it yet. I'm not going to write these Japanese fighters off yet, but he can, in my opinion, capture, or should be able to capture, the WBC title at 130 and the WBA title at 130, and then go after the winner of Roman Martinez and Orlando Salido and get that WBO, and the only belt that would be left at the division is the IBF. So there's a path for him out there, and he's a top-ranked fighter, and normally top-ranking, what's this other promotional company? Shout out to Spencer Farron. I forgot what it was called. And it's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.